Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are now at Chapter 3. That is the Hanging Tree. And this is a stage that when I first played it, I had a few problems. And lo and behold, you get to see some of those problems. But we start out at the graveyard, a brand new area, as, of course, we're starting the third chapter, so you'd hope we'd see a new area, third chapter. But as we run into the Tomb of Tears, I meant to run to Zero's grave site, because that's what I was looking for. But I ran a little bit too far, and so now I am having to deal with these skeletons. And of course, again, you play the whole rinse, lather, repeat with this. You're going to see me taunt the enemies some and grab hold and swing, because I really found that attack to be quite amusing to use. But yeah, I mean, it's a good weapon to use, and you might as well make use of it. You see how you got to hold on to, and like I found you have to tap the triangle button in order to get to work right, because whenever I held down triangle, he wouldn't keep doing it, and so you may see me just kind of swinging this a little bit and then throw them without thinking about it. But we really haven't seen any new enemies right now. All the enemies that we're looking at are ones that we've seen plenty of times before. But I want to talk about the gameplay just for a moment. I kind of mentioned this in an earlier video. But this game really reminds me of kind of a more kiddie version of Devil May Cry. And when I say a more kiddie version, I don't mean that in necessarily a bad sense. I enjoy what I play of the game. And hopefully you will turn around and play the game yourself and enjoy it. One moment. That's right, Zero's not home. So we have to do something else before Zero will be home. But anyway, it kind of reminds me of Devil May Cry to an extent, kind of a kiddie version of it, because you got the attacks the way they are, and of course, if I figured I might try to run past this, and I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with these guys again. But they're not going to let me escape. They're going to run at me regardless, so I figured I might as well go ahead and try to fight them. But anyway, like I was saying, kind of a more of a kiddie version of Devil May Cry, in the fact that the way that you use the combos, you build up combo streaks, and your performance is graded on, you know, how much health you have, how long it takes you to beat the level, and things of that nature. And so there are even costumes that you can unlock and things of that nature, if I'm understanding everything correctly, if you are able to get certain ranks on every level, which probably not going to happen here, but I can give it a shot once I finish the game, maybe to have this have all of these at rank S by the time we are done with this, but I may or may not happen. We'll just kind of see. I may want to try to move on to something else before I try to do that. But anyway, I just want to talk about that real quick. You see those gargoyles. I have no idea what their purpose is other than to shoot delayed things at you and not make it to you. Here we see the hanging tree missing his hanging men. And we'll talk to him in just a second. But yeah, I don't know what those gargoyles are good for. You go to attack them and nothing happens.
Jack, you've come back.
Hello, hanging tree. What happened to your hanging men?
They ran.
Ever since Oogie Boogie and his monsters came to town, my hanging men have been hiding all around the cemetery. I'm afraid that hanging men aren't very brave.
They ran.
I guess we're both missing people. I've lost Sally. You haven't seen Sally, have you?
Who?
No, but maybe my hanging men have seen her.
I'd better find them. I could really use Zero's nose at a time like this.
I bet you'll find Zero is in his grave.
This is a mechanic I've never really liked in video games. Hey, I know where so-and-so is at. He's right there. Okay, I'm going to run and find him. Oh, wait, he's not there. Let's run to this location. Maybe he's here. Oh, no, he's in place A, where you just looked. Well, thanks, game. Again, there are those gargoyles. They shoot the delayed reactions, and really and truly, there's nothing to them. I don't know their purpose. I've never once been hit by them as I've tried to play this game. But now we make our way to Zero's house, and we get hindered by something else. It's a trio we all know. But who?
Hail to Mr. Oogie, Jack will never win. When
might have known.
Welcome home, Jack.
How was your trip, Jack? Are you having fun, Jack?
You three wouldn't have anything to do with Oogie's return, would you?
Who?
Us?
Idiot.
It's not too late. Return this town to order, immediately.
Why would we do that?
The fun has just begun! Besides, we're on a secret mission to stop you. Don't tell anyone, though. See you later!
Now you'll have to play with me.
So that brings us into a battle with a bunch of skeletons and Locke. This is kind of a mini-boss, if you will, in between our normal bosses. We don't actually fight Locke, but he's going to fly around the screen and kind of taunt us. Our main goal is to defeat 20 of these skeletons. Now, one of the things that kind of shocked me, I looked up the people that did the voices of all these different characters, and I was quite shocked to find who did the voice of Locke. The man that did the voice is Paul Reubens. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Paul Reubens, he is most notably known in history for two things. One, he was Pee Wee Herman, and he was also known for certain actions within an adult film theater, which we really won't get into now. But, Paul Reubens, you'll remember him as, if you've kind of known of him, he's Pee Wee Herman in the shows. I think Tim Burton actually did the Pee Wee Herman movie. Paul Reubens also played the father of Oswald Cobblepot in Batman Returns, so, there's that. But, he was also in the movie Mystery Men with Ben Stiller and Janine Garofalo, if I remember correctly. He was, I'm trying to remember what character. I think he had, like, a very dangerous flatulence in the movie, but, again, those are just some of the things that he's known for. But, yeah, Paul Reubens is the voice of Locke. And as you see in the time that I've talked about all of this, we've defeated about half of the enemies. I've done a lot of taunting. I've also gotten beaten up a lot, as you can see that I have. I'm down to 2 health. I was very disappointed in how I played in this run. Dying left and right. So I guess that's just the way it's going to go sometimes, though. You can't always do as well as you would hope. But yeah, I mean, sometimes that's all you can do. So, But yeah, all you got to do is we're down to 5 guys. Just continue to beat them up, waylay them, and I could probably do well to probably take part in some more of the actions and some of the moves that are found in the game. And I probably would do well to look those up to make sure, because the copy I have of this didn't come with a booklet. But anyway, yeah, we're down to 3 of them, and hopefully we'll be done with this in just a moment. But here it is at the Halloween season, and I've got 18 exclamation points. And we're down now to 1 of these skeleton guys. I kind of feel like a commentator right now, like, oh, we're down to 1 enemy left, ladies and gentlemen. But we've got them all defeated, and with that, we face down with Locke. Not for a fight, but we actually face him down.
Get him! Huh? Where'd they all go?
We killed them.
Sorry, I'll be good from now on. I promise. Gotta go.
Boy deserves to be beaten. So with him defeated, now guess where we can go? We can finally meet Zero. And so we walk over to his grave, and we get to meet the little guy, one of my favorite characters in the movie.
There you are, Zero. Come on. I need your help to find some hanged men.
I saw an interesting picture online some time ago depicting some of Tim Burton's movies. And it pictured the little boy from Frankenweenie and his dog. And then later they grew up to become the main character of The Corpse Bride and his skeleton dog. And then later they became Jack Skellington and Zero. So, that's one of those pictures that I noticed. And kind of something interesting that I thought from all that. But the main characteristic from this game, or from this level, is Zero is going to circle around the area where we need to go to get the hanging men.
Find me, but I'll
And so we're going to want to try to find where he's at and, you know, go back to him. So that's where we're going to start out. He flew off back towards the hanging tree, so we need to head there. Now, as we're talking to Mr. Hyde there, you know, he tells us that whenever an enemy comes along, that they will, an enemy comes along, that many of the citizens of Halloween Town are going to disappear on you. You notice the fact that the clown kind of disappeared when we were down in the sewers. The clown and the little ghoul boy disappeared whenever we were attacked near the gateway. And he will disappear whenever an enemy comes by. But he, rest assured, he said, they will always come back. And there's the first hanging man. You just go past the hanging tree, hook a left, and then go around the corner, and then bam, he's going to be right there waiting for you. And then Zero takes off. The next hanging man is actually not in this particular area. We're going to find him in another section of the graveyard, and so now we have to deal with more skeletons. Skeletons. You ever have one of those moments that you just can't talk right? I know the rest of you, I know communicate as well as you, but you have to deal with more skeletons. I'll finally get the word right. But, you know, you only have 3 of the regular enemies that you have to deal with. They're quite easy, and then, you know, you're ready to head off to the next area. You can't take care of that until later on in the game, and those graves you can't take care of until later on either. Actually, we'll take care of those in the next mission. But anyway, let's go past those useless gargoyles. Like, they're so slow, and you would just have to stand there and allow it to hit you in order for you to take damage. So, I mean, I don't understand the reason why it's there or not, but Zero is leading you to that gate. So we're wanting to go through this, and we're going to run across our first of the old graveyard hanging men, but our second one total. And when we find him, he's kind of hanging out at the moment. And I don't mean that as a pun, since he's a hanging man. He's literally hanging at this moment.
I'm sorry, but I haven't got time to play hide and go shriek. Please get back to the hanging tree.
So we got the second one gone, and Zero leads us to the third individual. And he's not really a difficult one to get to. But we'll run across this bridge here, and guess what? We get to fight against, drumroll, more skeletons. Skeletons. I said it again. By the way, that move that you saw me do a moment ago, you do by taking the left stick and rotating it and pressing the square button, and he'll swing the soul robber around in a circle, kind of like he's twirling. But what that does is it'll get an attack that attacks enemies that are surrounding him. Very useful in the battle that we have up ahead, as I found. But also, you know, those skeletons, I did it right this time, the skeletons that are throwing boomerangs, you can block their projectiles. Now, the way that works, you see the flaming horses there. As you saw, I walked into the first one, and it won't be the last time that I walk into the flames. But the first one, what it'll do, the first 2 will blow. You run between those to the third and the fourth one. The third and fourth will blow, and run past them. And as you can see, you round this corner, and we have made our way. You press triangle, soul robber, grab that, bust it up, and we have our third hanging man.
Back to the hanging tree.
And so now Zero makes us head off to, and of course, just in case you weren't understanding of the fact that you could grapple that, it's shining for you right now to let you know, hey, you can grapple this and you can swing to the other side. That mausoleum we can't go to right now. It's, to my understanding, it's locked at this point, but it will be unlocked very shortly, and we'll be able to go inside of it. And there we will be reunited with another character in the movie. But we swing to... Really weird the way that swing looks. But you have to actually walk around the fence in order to get to the hanging man.
Finding you. It's safe to go on back to the hanging tree.
The first playthrough, I just sat there tapping X like, why? He's right there. Why can't you just talk over the fence to him and tell him? But no, we had to walk around the fence and actually go in there. But hey, that's the way they designed the game. You can't get in there either as of yet. There's another ability that you will need to get into that mausoleum. But again, we get to fight more skeletons with their boomerangs, which hit me, and more of the regular skeletons. So, really and truly, I have got to look at some more of the moves that you can do in this game. And there may have been some that were unlocked. Not in this I haven't done in this video, but shortly I'm going to upgrade my Soul Robber to level 2. And, yeah. So, I've got to double check, make sure I've got all the moves down and look at those. And we'll start showing those off in the very near future. But those guys are defeated rather quickly. And then, careful, you don't want to run into the flames again. And thankfully, I did not. And as we round this corner, we make our way to the entrance here. There's a lot of backtracking in this level, so there's not a whole lot to say other than backtracking, 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 backtracking. But I didn't want to edit the video to the point that it's just jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut. I actually wanted to show you guys what was going on in these videos. But we're back to the Tomb of Tears, and we make our way to the very last of these hanging men. He's at the very top of the tree near the hanging tree. And I understand why they made him show up last, but there's a slight aggravation in my mind that goes, I could have done this a whole lot faster if I could have gotten those two guys first, or instead of making me do them in a specific order, I could find all 5 of them and then go from there. But I'm not the guy that made this game. That's just a thought. Now, mistake I made earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and call myself out about it. If you go to this area, you do the Soul Robber, and then you do Soul Robber here, you will get to swing up to this area, and what you would find at the top right over here would be a golden pumpkin that would help your health go up. I gathered it in an earlier run through and did not think about that as I did it. Now you get to see me, I think, fall off this 1 or 2 times, but use your Soul Robber, swing from area to area. If you so choose, you are able to get a gold coin that would give you 100 points, or 100 coins rather, and we're going to go ahead and gather that now. And there it is, and then you got to drop down and start the process all over again. And we'll go ahead and start up there. And fail 2 times in the process, but 3rd time's a charm at the very least. So now we will swing. And when I first played through this, pay attention to the way the hands are. I didn't notice that you could run to the area that I ran to a moment ago, and so I never caught that, so I just was running around randomly like, wait a minute, what's wrong? Why can't I do this? But, yeah, you just kind of pay attention to those things. Use the Soul Robber, get to the very top, and one last time, and we get to the last hanging man. Backtracking.
Don't be afraid.
Fun.
It's time to go back to the hanging tree.
Drop down from here, and we get to attack more baddies. And watch the hanging tree whenever the baddies appear. Oh, wait, never mind. I was incorrect. I apologize. I thought we were about to be attacked. And with that, we end Chapter 3, and you see my poor time the first time I tried it. The second time, B, A, and A. I was almost so happy, I thought, I thought that everything was well, but you have to get an A ranking on everything. And I don't know how 3 A's and a B make a B unless I had low A's. That may be the thing. Maybe I just had low A's in the process, and that's the reason why it ranked out to a B. But anyway, here we are. We're going to show me gathering all A's at the very least in a redo of this. And we'll get to see the figurine that we get along with this. And I'm going to try my best to do that at the end of every run. If I can't get the proper rank the first time, we're going to go through it again. And we're going to get at least, all A's. That way we can unlock what we need to unlock. And so now we got the Nightmare rank of A. We'll get the soul bonus, and then let's take a look at what the item we receive. But hey, anyway, we'll start back with the very next episode, Chapter 4, where we get to backtrack through the same levels, but we'll do it in the very next episode. I've already taken too much of your time, but hey, hope you have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye.